Hello, my name is Adriana Molitor and I'll be interviewing you today.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Michael.
So tell me about yourself.
Well, I'll start off with saying I'm bilingual. I think that's pretty important nowadays. I'm also pretty computer savvy, so you'll never have trouble with teaching me about how the systems work, how computers work, and the office space. I have pretty good time management skills, so I like to do things thorough, and I have a lot of attention to detail, so I always like things neat and organized, which leaves me a bit of a perfectionist, but not in a bad way. I have about almost around 2 years experience in retail and customer service. Additional to that, I have experience in inventory management, so I know how to work at inventory a little bit. And I've worked with a lot of high volume customers in some jobs, so I'll never be too overwhelmed when it comes to handling a lot of customers.
Okay. Tell me about a time you demonstrated a leadership skill.
Well, one of my personal achievements that I am pretty proud of about that is at a time in my past job is when I first got there around like 6 months, there was a time when I would have to be the one leading shifts. So not only as a shift lead, but as my job, as that being my job, I would have to lead my team through multiple problems that customers would have. I would be the one with the most knowledge there, so I was responsible for anything that happened. If a coworker had any issues or questions, I would have be the one responsible for answering them, and I just had to be on top of my game since I was shift lead.
Okay, explain to me a time when there was a decision made at work or school that you disagreed with. Why did you disagree with the decision, and what would you have done differently?
Well, speaking on the same job, when I first got there, maybe 3 months in, I had found my own flow for things, my own tempo for doing things. We were always a busy store, so finding your own tempo was really important. But being the new person, only 3 months in, you're still kind of going by how your higher ups taught you, your trainees taught you. But me, I found my own tempo for doing things, and my higher ups actually disagreed with that. They didn't really agree with how I was doing things. They didn't like it, and they told me to do it the way that they told me, but I disagreed with it. Did I do things differently? I actually did not. I kept doing it how I felt was right. It didn't impact teamwork at all. It didn't impact productivity at all. It kept things nice and smooth. It's just it was a good tempo for me. I could do my work faster, and I could help more. I could help my team more. So I wouldn't say I would do things differently if it didn't hurt anybody negatively.
Okay, tell me about a time you failed and what you did. Tell me about a time you failed and what you did.
Oh, failed. Well, one time, same job. I had taken a customer's package to ship out, and it was a big rush. It was a rush. It was rush time, so I was kind of trying to get them in and out, and in doing that, I had put in the customer's information wrong and where it was going to, and as a result, it went to the wrong address, and it was a pretty high value package, something that cost them a lot of money. So as a result, the customer was negatively impacted. They lost some money, and it looked bad on us because we're supposed to be responsible for their package, and we lost the package, and it wasn't like a trucker's fault. It was our fault. So what I could have done. Well, what I did from that actually is I started taking my time with things. Even though we're in a rush, I said I have to be more thorough. I have to take my time with each and every customer and be patient with each and every customer so that I do it correctly, so I put in their information correctly, so that I attend to them correctly, so that won't ever happen again.
Great. If I ask a former boss or teacher, what's your biggest weakness? What your biggest weakness is, and what would they say?
Well, that's a pretty easy one for me. I think my biggest weakness is I can be pretty shy. I can be pretty quiet at times. It used to be a lot worse 2 years ago when I first started working. When I first started working, I was very quiet. I was very closed off. I wouldn't want to. Not that I wouldn't want to, but I would be really hesitant to speak up, to get on intercoms, to talk to a group of customers if I needed to get their attention. But over time, working more and just growing up in general, I have gotten more accustomed to talking to customers, speaking loudly, and having to actually, use my voice. So while it was a bigger weakness back then, I'd say it's still a weakness now because it does come up every now and then, but not as common.
Okay. Tell me about a time you experienced a significant change at work or school and how you responded.
So going back to my previous job, we were at UPS store, and there was a lot of like sister locations around us. We weren't the only one, so the workload was pretty divided evenly between all those stores. But I think around 8 months in at that job, one of the stores closed down. One of the bigger ones, where mainly all the customers went, it closed down, and as a result of that, all their work, all their customers, all their workload, their packages, their mail, it all came towards us. Our store became a lot more clogged. We were already a pretty tiny store, with limited space, so it became more clogged. There was a lot more customers. There was almost lines out the door every single day. So it was a hard time for us, but I had to learn how to work more efficiently, work faster. I had to learn new things since they had things we didn't have, and so I had to learn all that and just get accustomed to the new work environment that I had to live with.
Okay. What is your greatest personal achievement thus far in your life, and what is your greatest personal achievement at work or school?
Well, thus far in life, I'm only 19. I'm not old, so I don't have many great personal achievements. But I'd say my biggest one is my high school degree. It's pretty basic, but it's something I've worked for basically my entire life. I guess you could say not my high school degree, my just finishing school, finishing elementary, middle school, high school, finishing all of school, because it's pretty basic, but it takes a lot of hard work when you think about it. And to me, what's my biggest one. My biggest personal achievement in work, I choose work. I'd say is becoming a shift lead at my previous job. It helped me gain a better leadership skills, and it gave me a good understanding of how it is to lead other people.
Great. Thank you for having us today. That covers everything.
Okay, well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time.